was like, why?
Did no one get the? Sorry, Jamalani. What? Did no one get that reference? No one gets to hear about that.
Uh, I. To be fair, I didn't check before the stream if the stream was actually running.
Okay.
The good news is, Zencast has been running,
Okay. Good.
so we have the audio for it, and then if I ever decide to clip it for YouTube.
Okay. Good. I wouldn't want people to not hear about Harambe today.
I mean, the world would be more blessed if nobody else had to hear about Harambe ever again. Anyway, stream's going again. I'm not going through introductions again. We're just here for my own self satisfaction. If that upsets you, bite me. Um, let's get into let's quickly recap where we're at and then get into it so we can hopefully I can just murder all your characters tonight and we can be done with this
Dumb
game.
drone plan.
Yes, dumb drone plan. That you're going back to the Schiller Park industrial estate to fly a drone around to some end that I do not yet understand.
Top tier intel gathering.
You're going with Sam Penton, who has shown Dewy the truth of this world, which has upset her. She's recovered from that, right? We're going to wait around for this drone to arrive.
Yeah, and now I have less confidence in the drone.
Yes. Emily still doesn't believe, right?
More or less, it's like skeptical.
Yeah. Rio is chomping at the bit to become an occult investigator. Emily still hasn't seen her parents, who are now looking for her. Dewy, Emily, and Rio interrogated Cassidy, and found out about the character whose name I didn't write down on the character sheet.
Began with an R?
Robert Schwartz, probably. That's his full name. First name Robert, second name Schwartz, last name probably.
Middle name and last name Schwartz.
Yeah, I was gonna say middle last, so it's Robert Schwartz.
Yeah, I'm standing for Robert Schwartz.
Your full name is Captain Bane. I really never I swear I wrote his name down somewhere. Well, anyway, I'm gonna put it on here, and I know it's Robert Schwartz. That is.
We did Schwartz delivery, so maybe that's why.
No, I knew his last name was.
I'm pretty sure it's Robert. I think you're right.
Yeah, it feels like Robert.
I knew his last name was Schwartz because I had that written down as of like session 1. I'm not gonna write an entry for this. I think of something sufficiently mysterious enough. Yeah. Anyway, you interrogated Cassidy. She was like, I was instructed by Robert Schwartz to add stuff to the bakery food, and she just wants to get back to leading a regular fucking life, not going around and having her I am getting a phone call.
That's inopportune.
Whatever. If they don't call me again, they can wait until after I'm done streaming. Yeah. What? You interrogated Cassidy. Did you come up with drone plan after that?
Yes, I believe so. And then coming up with drone plan led us to decide to contact Sam to come with us on the matter.
Okay, this person is actually calling back, so I'm gonna have to. You guys are gonna have to entertain anyone.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
I forgot to eat today, so I'm just down trips while I tremble in hunger.
So
that was dumb.
So what walks on 4 legs in the morning, 2 legs in the afternoon, and 3 legs in the evening?
I have no patience for you.
Do you know the answer?
It's man.
Hey, good job. Smart. All right, well, I'm out of tricks. Oh,
Nifty's the glue that holds this group together.
yeah. Oh, he's exceptional at filling dead air. Me, I like to linger personally. I like to immerse myself in the dead air. It's kind of unnerving.
Become one with the void.
Exactly. Oh, well,
Good
actually-
evening, Night Vale.
oh
My
yeah.
friend's birthday today.
Whose birthday?
My friend's. You don't know him.
Oh shit! I'm happy for your friend that I don't know.
Yeah. I gave him Far. It's a video game.
Is it an indie?
Yeah, of course it is.
I had a distinct feeling.
It's called
Hello?
Far Lone Sales.
I'm back.
Oh, okay.
Who was it?
So it was a delivery person, and then I said I'm coming to the front door, and I went to the front door, and nobody was there.
Like,
Eh.
which
Sort of stuff just makes me want to turn off the phone part of my phone forever. Make everyone communicate with me via email. I can answer at my own convenience. Anyway, what else happened? Dewy went around some occult stores and found out that it was the creatures making the weird song were dryad creatures, and got earplugs. Did you get them for herself, or she got something for everyone, right? And a cute little occult charm
Yeah.
That does nothing.
Yeah.
that
Earplugs
does
are
nothing but
Make me
looks
feel
good. Anything else?
We got some Sam backstory. And yeah.
Oh yeah, Sam has his leg is replaced by part of a cryptid that he believes is talking to him.
Yeah. And almost everything we eat will harm us in some horrible and poorly understood fashion.
It's turning the things you eat are turning you into mushroom people.
Yeah. And we know that this is going to do something bad to us.
I mean, it just makes you into mushroom people, and the people who know you look like mushroom people, or to people who are still humans who see you like that, it is upsetting.
Right.
But there's been no established anything bad will happen to you just because you're turning into mushroom people. I don't think if I said anything that directly stated that last session, it was in error.
Right.
But
Okay.
I don't think you guys asked Sam a bunch of questions about whether you're going to die or not, or whether people were dying that he couldn't answer because he doesn't know. Yeah, I think that's it. Are we just gonna get into
Yeah. We're just rolling up to the old industrial park.
Also update, you're all doing Emily has half of her health. Dewy has 3/4 of her health, and Rio, despite being the most unsafe person, has somehow managed to not take any harm yet. I guess. So did you? I'm like, you probably need to roll to find a place to park the van that's safe.
Do we have a van?
Oh, sorry, the car.
Yeah.
What is it? What does Rio drive? We've talked about you guys going around in the car a bunch, but I don't know if you've ever talked about what.
Yeah. I'm thinking that Rio's car is like 5 to 10-year-old, probably Japanese 4-door that he got from cheap from a buddy.
Yeah.
It's a shitty looking but reliable car.
I'll take reliable over beautiful yet terrible.
It's pretty, but it has no brakes.
The radio works, the air conditioning doesn't.
Or vice versa.
One runs at a time.
Yeah,
You
Yes.
can't do both.
If you run both, one of them will break. But if you run them both things separately, everything's fine.
And you can't swap between rides.
Yeah, and it's an eternal state of I'll take it into the shop one day.
I think we're
Don't worry about those red lights.
I think we're all in agreement that this is definitively a bad idea because drones are as loud as fuck. So you definitely aren't going to be able to take a risk to not be detected.
Well, like the drone will be detected easily, not necessarily our physical location, hopefully.
Hmm. I've gone all quiet because I'm trying to think about how the rot deals with this. It's not a bad plan, to be honest.
How what deals with this?
The rot. That's the GM name for like the thing that the antagonist
Okay,
in this.
so not like Dwayne Johnson.
No, the rot. ROT.
Oh, okay, yes,
And
okay.
not
Yeah,
the
that
rock.
makes
I guess I missed a glorious opportunity to have the rot the Dwayne Johnson.
sense.
It would have been
It would have been something.
yeah, so actually let's just set the scene. So you park the car up somewhere. Is it parked somewhere to be like hard to find or somewhere to make it easy to escape?
Easy to escape is the idea. Yeah, that it's as quickly as possible we're able to floor it out of there pretty much.
Okay. And you just
Yeah.
sending this drone up and you're gonna like fly it around.
Yeah, and I think Emily, being supposedly the best gamer, she was
Yeah, I'm
she
pretty
was
sure
the,
Emily-
she was the one who's on drone duty.
Yeah, I like to believe that Emily messed around with drones at like the whatever spy store that's in town.
Yeah, and I guess the rest of us are, probably keeping watch or something of the sort.
I assume Rio has the engine like lulling,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
Sam and Dewy are like keeping an eye out.
Just ready to dip the hell out of there as soon as possible, or as soon as necessary, rather.
I assume the plan was also to like have a GoPro on the drone, right?
Yeah, right. You're
Yeah,
getting
good.
footage from the drone.
Yeah, I think this is a reasonably expensive drone, so we're probably like saving footage that we're getting from this.
Just stream it live on Facebook, baby.
if
Hi,
either of your characters have that plan, that'd be great. Rio would not come up with that.
Also, Emily wouldn't because her parents would probably find out where she is.
Shit. I don't know.
So we're not streaming hit.
Are her parents on Twitch?
No, but
my parents don't know how to use Facebook.
However, they would probably be like, our daughter's missing. Actually, would they like go to the police, or are they just like looking? That's something to consider.
Yeah, that's imminent complications.
Imminent complication.
Whatever.
Unless we all die here.
Be funny if we get fucked over because of Emily's parents and not because of the obvious impending evil.
Dad comes in and just ices them like, bad influences on my daughter. Anyway.
So you're flying this drone over the industrial estate, and you very quickly realize after doing some like getting up to height and traveling over some of the buildings that there is a like warehouse in the middle of this estate that is like it's active. There's lights on inside. You can't tell a lot from where you are. I think I assume Rio picked this drone out.
Well, I know that we specified that Dewey and Rio were going in on it together, and
I think Rio, since this is your plan, you're going to roll the take a risk.
okay, yeah, sure.
And that sharp mental acuity.
Oh no. Okay.
Oh no.
Okay. All right. Well. Yeah.
I don't. This is the stat that maps best to like. Did you
Yeah.
plan this properly?
Yeah. Here we go. Shit. All right. Ooh, big money. Ah.
Oh boy.
Two.
Controls are back.
Um. So, yeah, you fly this drone over, and you can see this building. And I guess you sort of like. I think if you don't, Sam's like, hey, can you take a lower pass on the building to get closer to try and see what's going on inside?
Fine.
And you start to get some weird like crackly interference out of the controller because the mistake that Rio made when he purchased this drone is he did not realize it had an open mic line on it.
Oh, fuck.
And as you start to get close to the building, the spooky, sad music starts to emanate from the controller. What do you do?
Are we wearing the earplugs?
Yes, that's why I'm not making you roll a keep it together
Oh, thank goodness.
yet.
Can I look to see if I can turn that shit off?
On the controller?
Yeah.
I mean, you can try. You're just gonna try and to do take a risk quick to just like.
No, I'm gonna be like, Rio, look at how do we do this? Look at the manual.
Oh no, I'm not.
You're gonna make
Fine,
Rio
Dewey.
roll his worst stat again.
Yeah, fine, Dewey. I don't care. Somebody.
Okay.
Somebody who knows how to fucking read.
Oh no.
I'll try to turn it off. Is it take a risk?
Yeah.
Okay.
If you're doing it by looking at the manual, I'd say it's take a risk. Take a risk. Oh, I don't know which one you picked.
Oh yeah, it'd be take a risk.
No, but are all your stats 0?
Only quick is 1.
Okay.
I mean that'd be the
it
same
doesn't.
either.
Yeah, it doesn't make any difference, right? It's either an 8 or a 9.
Yeah. Actual.
On a 7 to 9, there's a complication. I mean, I know what this complication should be, but in fact, yeah, I know what this complication should be. For some really stupid reason, in order to turn this off, you've got to turn it off both on the physical body of the drone and on the remote. So if you want to switch it off, you're going to have to bring this drone back.
No, I don't want to do that.
Can we just go higher up? That seems like might be the thing to do.
Emily, you're driving, right?
Yeah.
You feel kind of like you're losing control of this drone.
Oh Jesus.
Shit. I will communicate that to people and ask what everyone thinks I should do.
Oh shit.
I think the thing to do is probably send the drone higher up and not towards us.
It's not responding?
It's like still responding, but maybe not for long.
Yeah, it's like you can feel in the controls it's getting pulled towards the building. It's like if you left the controls still, it would like slowly move towards the building.
Does that mean I can still control it? I just have to
you just don't
deal
have
with stick drift.
It's more than stick drift, but it's enough.
No, but like that's what it is. Like
yes.
It moves by itself. Okay. Okay.
Mm.
I'm not too concerned yet then, but I want to get people's opinions.
If we're gonna lose control of it, we should probably start bringing it back.
I don't
No,
know.
if we bring it back, they might find us. We don't know if they're looking at it.
Yeah, it isn't actually the worst thing if the drone ends up in the building, if that's where it's heading, because then we'll know what's in
Why
there.
don't we try to jam a tree nearby so that we can monitor the the
Yeah,
area?
that's not a terrible idea.
Oh,
Yeah,
you want me to land it somewhere that we can spy on them with?
yeah. If there's like an elevated position, yeah. I mean, we need the footage, not the drone itself.
Yeah. Okay, is there a good place that I can spot via the drone camera that is a good place to hide said drone?
Yeah, I'd say so. I would say there's not places you could you could pop a drone. You want to put it like under the eaves of a building or somewhere where it's less visible.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
have we seen any like people in the vicinity of this place, or just does it appear to be active?
No, you've not seen people. You get the sense there's activity
Okay.
inside the building, but definitely if you go close enough to the building in order to see if there's people in there, you're gonna rip this drone, right?
Right.
You're not getting it back without
I'd
going
probably
there.
set it up somewhere like looking out at an entrance so we can see who goes in and who leaves.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Presumably someone has to leave this building at some point.
It may be, unless they have a bunch of fancy secret exits.
Is there like a parking lot?
Oh yeah, is there a parking lot? Let's scope this place out.
There is probably a parking lot. I'm gonna have to look for.
Because last time before we got shot, the guards showed up in vans, right? Wasn't that the case?
Yeah, but they would have
Yeah.
shown up. They would have shown up in vans, like outside or stopped in a parking lot and then come in.
Okay.
It's not just like, oh, there's parking lots. This is like a big business park or whatever, business/industrial park. So it's probably like a couple of miles from end to end. So there's parking lots, but there's not necessarily parking lots near every single building. What did you have in mind for where you were planning on hiding it?
Near, like not super near an entrance, but like so we can get footage of people exiting and entering like the warehouse.
Yeah, sure. I just want to show how parking lot factored into this. Are you like going to try and put it under a car or something?
No, it like if it was near a parking lot, it would be like in a tree or something.
Yeah, because presumably
yeah. You can pull around the building a bit and look for a ground level entrance, and then put it so that the camera is facing the entrance.
Yeah, that's what I want to do.
I will say that all the time you're doing this, the audio that's coming over the handset is slowly getting louder, even though it shouldn't be.
We really should have got one with volume settings, I guess.
Yeah, we kind of did, but you have to actually go to the thing physically ourselves, so
Yeah,
that's on you, dude.
Next time you can plan the cool drone mission, all right? How's that sound?
Wasn't really my idea originally.
Uh,
I was just super into it, okay?
So, Emily, do you think you roll steady for emotional fortitude and nerves? That feels right to me.
Sure.
I don't see
Is,
her having a
is that a
problem.
wounded move? I'm not looking at
No,
my
it's
sheet
not.
at the moment.
The take a risk is not wounded for you.
Okay, let's do that. 2d6, right?
Yes, +1 because it's steady.
Oh, hey, oh, nice.
10.
Oh, darn. Cool.
He's like, this music sucks.
See, guys, I fucking told you. Great.
Yeah, you put it with a good, clear view of this entranceway. Yeah, you can see what you were what Emily wanted, which is if people are coming and going from this building, you'll be able to see them.
Okay.
Maybe.
Are you doing something about the fact that audio is coming out of the remote, or are you just going to try and move further away from the drone?
Okay, so the drone is... I don't need to control the drone now, correct?
Yes.
I'm just gonna put the remote in a place that we don't have to listen to it.
Mm.
Okay. You're gonna like wrap it up or something?
Yeah, it's like
Okay.
under a pillow.
Oh, actually, I
What?
I've got a dumb solution.
Oh no.
I got Ziploc bags.
I was gonna suggest hiding it around here.
Oh, I guess that works. We could just put in like 4 Ziploc bags and we won't be able to hear it.
Is that how Ziploc bags work?
Yeah, why not? Just seal the top and the sound's not gonna get out. Brilliant.
I mean, how you specifically wrap this up's up to you guys.
Yeah, I'm not doing that.
I think Sam's like, you gotta wrap this thing. You gotta make it quiet.
You don't gotta fucking freeze it for dinner.
No. You seal the top and the sound doesn't get out, right?
No, that's like the smell.
What?
Let's smell.
All right, I don't get the difference, but if you say so, fine.
What do you don't get the... No, I'm done
I
with this
thought it was a
conversation.
cool idea.
I like put it in between the like cushions of Rio's car. So it's like we could probably kind of hear it a tiny bit, but now it's like muffled.
Yeah. I just need to know as GM what you've done with it. I'm not gonna make you roll to be like, hell, did you wrap this up? That's dumb. That's dumb. I'm not doing that. I guess we should have established before you took on this dumb activity. How are you getting access to this footage? Are you like going to come back here and download footage? Do you have are you streaming it over the internet? Like,
I assumed we were streaming it. We don't want to go to the drone because we're afraid that they're gonna find us if we do that.
okay. So somebody is just gonna like examine the footage from the comfort of their own home or whatever.
Yeah. This one's definitely not a Rio question.
Yeah, from like laptop or something at
Yeah, I was
like
gonna say laptop. Probably like we could probably see it from where we are now.
with at Rio's place whenever we check on it.
Yeah.
That's his now the hideout.
Okay.
We good to go back?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. All right. Well, let's dip.
Dip.
Okay. We're gonna. How many days of watching this entrance and seeing that nobody goes in or out of this building, but the building becomes active at night? How many days of that pass?
I would say
you
that
guys decide to do something.
I would say that Rio would probably be frustrated with this result within like 1 or 2 days.
Yeah,
I'd say Emily's like, okay, this isn't working, guys. We gotta do something else.
Yeah, I don't know if he'd have a sick plan, but he would be very unhappy that his, drone plan didn't produce an immediate dramatic effect.
I'm actually gonna. I've put you on like a little bit of a soft timeline, and be like, Emily's supposed to be back at work in like 3 days' time, which may put her capacity to avoid her parents at risk.
Right. Does Sam have any useful input for us?
I mean, Sam doesn't have stats he can roll to tell you if he's discovered anything sick, my dude.
Damn, I was hoping his expertise would come in handy.
You can ask Sam questions in your character voice, and he will do his best to answer them. If we're doing that, if that's what's happening, is it like, oh, we're going to re-meet up the day after?
Yeah.
Like at this time, are we just getting? Is this just like meeting one was yesterday at whatever time, and then we're like same time tomorrow night to
Yeah,
discuss
yeah,
the findings.
yeah. I could say we could all meet up and discuss the footage and, you know, lack of super dramatic spooky stuff being caught by the drone.
I mean, it's spooky in that like this industrial park is being used and this building is coming alive at night, like the lights are coming on and stuff, and you can pick up I mean, I guess you can't pick up audio because you won't turn the audio on, because what you'll get across the audio is the music.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, I'm just trying to say that Rio was hoping, like, you know, a skeleton would pop out, or like they're gonna shoot someone in the parking lot or something. There'd be like crimes, you know.
Geez, I just have to go there. Apparently, that would be enough.
You wanted to see some crimes.
I mean, I guess Sam is like, well, I guess we have to go to the building.
They don't
Right.
know, and if they're druids connected to mushrooms, what if we try to burn the building?
Ooh, that's exciting.
Whoa, I did not see that coming from you, Dewy.
I saw you guys as mushrooms.
That's, I mean, I guess.
I don't want anybody else to have that. Like, I didn't see my parents. What if they're covered in mushrooms?
Arson, arson, arson.
Fine, arson.
Rio, I think you should calm down.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe, you know, maybe I'm just freaking out because this whole mushroom body thing.
And yeah, it's not that calling for arson is not usually what people do, but
People don't usually have mushroom skin.
Yeah, we all cope in different ways, right?
yeah. Anyway, arson is a thing I can probably help with.
Oh, what does that mean?
Means he can help with it.
Yeah.
I don't
Keep
know.
up, Rio.
No, but I don't know. Does his leg give him like fire powers or something?
Does your leg give you fire powers?
N-
Have you ever
He's
tried?
he furrows his brow. He's like, no, I was going to make Molotov cocktails. I was going to get liquor and rags and make Molotov cocktails.
I guess that's.
Liquor in his cabinet.
God,
That's-
I like this guy. He's so metal. Let's do it.
My only worry is mushrooms and like the druids connecting, like infecting everybody. Are we sure that they're gonna be safe, like Rio and Emily, if we do this?
I mean, are we gonna be safe if we don't do this?
That's fair. Are you guys okay with dying either way?
I mean, I don't want to die, but like, I feel like mushroom skin is gonna potentially lead to that.
That's fair.
Listen, I've been in plenty of dangerous situations before. I'm sure this will be fine.
Sam's like, Opal doesn't think you'll die.
Well, that's all the encouragement I need.
I'm just gonna take like Dewey just takes like a deep sigh because the alien ghost is like, yeah, they'll be fine. It's like super confident about
Well,
this.
then
Like,
what are we gonna do if we're not gonna burn the place down?
Wait.
I wasn't saying we shouldn't. I said I'd help, right?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure the making Molotov cocktails is a bit of an endorsement for this plan, I think.
I also think it's a good idea to get more information, you know.
Yeah, but I don't know how badly I want to go back in there.
Maybe we should.
Well, I mean, couple issues. I mean, one, they shoot on site, and two, highly upsetting music. So I'm not too keen to go in the building personally. I like a surprise attack.
Well, I guess if we're not gonna do that, we should probably do something about the radio tower. That's probably the main source.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, I forgot something very important about this warehouse. that I should have mentioned. It has the branding on from the TV station.
Oh, that's curious.
Well, then, yeah, super solid. We gotta do something about that radio tower.
All right, well,
Can we burn the radio tower?
Sounds like we're burning something.
I don't know. We could try and hit both in the same night. That'd be exciting.
Oh, split the fire department's attention.
Yeah, Sam jumps in on this. He's like, yeah, if you want to make sure it burns, then you got to make sure the fire department doesn't get there on time, right?
True. I feel like Rio would be a good distraction.
Are you suggesting sabotage the fire trucks, or like what do you think?
No, what if a real fire happened? That'd be terrible. I'm saying you distract them by like calling an emergency. We only have one fire truck in this town.
Yeah.
How is
You're suggesting a prank call?
Essentially, yeah.
Oh, I love it.
I mean, I think just popping one tire would delay them enough.
Oh wait,
No, we don't want to pop their tire. What if a real...
No. I have an even better idea. All right.
Oh, no.
So you remember how I work in a kitchen, right?
You're gonna start a fire, aren't you?
No. I don't even have to start a fire. We have some nice, expensive grills in our kitchen, and when their temperature gets too high, they automatically set off a fire alarm. When that fire alarm goes off, yeah, you see where I'm going with this? And I have the keys to get in there at night.
I'm impressed.
Burn down your building?
No, the building's gonna be fine. I don't even need to have it's just a nice controlled fire that's in the stove that maybe goes on for a little bit too long, so it sets off the alarm and then I turn it off. Easy peasy.
But what's gonna be your excuse when they show up and ask why the heck you're doing that?
Oh, well, I just came in at night to double check the stock, and then there was an issue with the software, the systems on the grills, and the fire alarm went off on its own. No one else is going to be in there.
Okay. I'm into this plan.
Yeah, well, I mean, they're going to ask me at some point or another. I kind of work there regularly, but, still.
Yeah.
Now, I know where all the cameras are. That won't be easy, too.
And you want to drop us off at the 2 points first so that we can get into place?
Yeah, that works fine. Yeah, just give me a few minutes to get that quote unquote fire going, and after that, you guys should be good to go.
All right.
Just picture saying this, and like Sam's watching as like this gigantic mushroom man's like, yeah, I'll just light a fire.
This is.
I mean,
This is fully something where like Rio has like having heard how the fire alarm system works on these things. He's like been before like, man, I could start some serious shit with this.
He's just excited.
Like I've always wanted to do this.
That's cute.
It sounds like a plan to me.
Do it.
First we need to get the stuff. Do you just have all the Molotov ingredients with you, or how long will that take to make?
Just hit the liquor store and get a rag.
Yeah, those aren't too.
And a lighter.
Well, I mean, gasoline's more effective, but.
Okay, guys, are we gonna walk into a store, getting the things we need to make a Molotov, and then going and lighting fires, and then having people ask us questions about how we literally just bought a bunch of stuff to light Molotovs?
We go to a gas station, we fill up a jerry can, maybe we buy a bed sheet somewhere else, totally non-suspicious purchases, make the Molotovs at home. No one has to know.
Use one of Mom's old sheets.
Yeah.
That's
one of the biggest advantage of Molotovs.
I just need to go to my safe house. I already have Molotovs there.
Oh, can I see your safe house?
Absolutely not.
Oh, come on. Damn, I really gotta get into this line of work. I wish I had.
Rio, do you not understand the point of a safe house?
Yeah, it means you like have to hide from like dangerous stuff, right?
Yes.
God, that's exciting.
And say you were to know the location of my my safe house, and then you were interrogated by someone else. my safe house would no longer be safe.
Come on, I don't crack.
Absolutely not.
Okay, but where do you want him to drop you off if that's the case?
I mean,
I'm sure he can
Oh
make
yeah,
it safe for
actually, yeah. How does Sam get around?
I assume
Does
with
he
dogs.
like ride a bike or like what?
he cannot physically
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah,
ride
how
a
does he?
bike. He probably takes cabs a bunch of places.
That's very like spooky and noir, isn't it?
Um, hmm. I have flavor for this, but it's probably too late in the session to be getting into it. That he probably has a contact in town who will drive him out to places.
Awesome.
Okay, interesting.
O's favor kind of thing.
Yeah. I mean, he's part.
What, you want us to like drop you off in a random spot and then your contact picks you up?
I'm sure he can just leave the base and come back
Yeah,
just fine.
Yes.
I feel like it might make it a little bit easier to track if we help him out with this. I think. Shame. Well, I'm thinking if we're actually going to do this, what we're probably going to want is more earplugs and probably some filtered masks, I think. There's one thing I know about mushrooms is that they let off a lot of spores that we're probably not going to want to be breathing in.
I'm gonna go grab Dad's hunting rifle.
Ooh.
Okay.
Gonna be doing today.
Oh. Also, someone should probably roll study on the footage.
Okay, who wants
When you
this?
carefully observe a person, thing, or situation, roll sharp.
That one is not a Rio.
Definitely
I
not.
think
Rio.
I think is that the one I have?
No, I
No.
don't
No,
know
you
that.
have steady.
Yeah,
Oh,
none of
okay.
us are sharp. None
Nobody-
of us are particularly sharp.
Nobody's sharp, but somebody should roll it because the way these games work is if you do the thing, you do the thing, right?
Okay, I'll roll it.
Okay, you'll look over the footage.
You're gonna let the person with the most harm.
10, bitch.
Damn.
Nice.
Big brain.
Okay, Eve, you've wounded study. When you carefully observe a person, thing, or situation, roll sharp. On a 10 plus, choose one question from the list below. Randomly, the GM will choose it.
Okay. So you're choosing the question?
I guess I have to. Well, no, hang on. It says down here the GM will choose a question and add a complication. So roll 1d3, and if it's 1, we'll do the top one. If it's 3, we'll do the bottom one.
1d3?
Yeah, see if that will work on the dice rolling thing.
3.
Oh, all right.
It doesn't actually render it. I guess it doesn't know how to render a 3-sided object.
Sorry, roll it again. Okay, yeah, I did get a different. Okay, yeah, it's 3.
Yeah, no, it prints it. I think it just doesn't render it because the renderer doesn't know how to render a 3-sided dice.
Ah, okay.
Because 3-sided dice don't exist. So that is what's about to happen.
Oh shit.
Well, this is in relation to the footage that you've been recording, right?
Yeah.
And not in relation to this plan that you've been cooking up. I'm not sure. I know what's about to happen, but I don't know how your day's worth of footage would clearly indicate it. Because I already said nobody's coming in and out of the building.
Well, no person.
I think that on like the edge of on the edge of the shot, there's like another neighboring building, and you can see people coming in and out of that building, and like bringing in equipment and stuff. Like they're setting up another building. to
Oh.
be very similar to the first one.
Oh.
Expanding their operations, eh?
Yeah.
More Molotovs it is.
Agreed.
I mean, Sam's like, oh, I'll bring what I got. He looks kind of shifty about this, by the way.
Oh, he's got the good shit.
Not
We
that
got some
kind of.
C4 here.
No, not that kind of shifty.
Oh no.
What, like he's hiding something?
Yes.
I bet he's gonna have flame powers. We're probably gonna run out of Molotovs and he's just gonna like flame breath a building or something.
But like, we're splitting up, right? So is Sam going with someone specifically?
Well, I mean, we only have one car and one potential driver.
You have to drive us all around and drop us off before you
Yeah,
start.
yeah. So the way this would probably work is I drive you to whichever location we're going to light up first. Then I drive back to work, let myself in there, turn the stoves on for a while until the alarms get turn on, and then turn off the stoves, leave, lock up, go pick you guys up. Hopefully, having set some stuff on fire. Well,
You have to drop two us off.
yeah. Are we gonna try and hit both at the same?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fighters.
Yeah.
That's why we're doing 3.
Yeah. So that would probably be, drop 2 off at one location, 2 off at the other location, and then drive myself back to work.
There's only 4 of us.
Do you know how to do math?
Sam, 5.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, okay, good point. Oh, damn it, right. I was counting myself.
Yeah, we're
I
trying
can't
to
be in 2
figure out
places at the same
who
time. Oh, that's troubling.
Sam's going with.
Okay.
I assume Sam will be going with whoever goes to the compound, as it will be more dangerous and more guarded,
That makes sense.
opposed to
go.
2 people going to the radio tower, which I assume will be slightly less guarded.
Oh man. Oh, so there's gonna be Sam and Dewy on the compound, and then oh man.
Well, she's got 2 injured, so I feel like it'd be safer to send her to the radio tower.
Okay. Yeah.
Plus, probably further.
I guess, but wouldn't I have a better idea of how to get around the area because I've been there before?
You know, that's true.
Wow, weren't you freaking out the whole time though?
A little bit. Well, I'm freaking out going in, not
Uh,
as much freaking out going out, other than, being
we've all
shot.
We've all seen the drone footage, though. That might be beneficial in this regard.
Sam, who do you want to go with?
For what it's worth, I don't think Emily should go back to the place where she got shot, so she can potentially get shot again.
That's smart, I think.
But as the injured one, I also shouldn't be alone. But it would make the most sense for 2
How
people
long
to
does
go
it
to the
take for
compound.
the alarm to hit?
It's not gonna take very long at all for the temperatures to get high enough, honestly.
Okay, well, how about you start that and you drive off, leave it at
Yeah, and then drive to the radio tower
Yeah.
after.
So are the alarms gonna start going off and you
before you drive off or after driving off? I don't know how long it takes.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, because when you turn off the oven, won't the alarms
No,
stop?
once the alarms have gone off, it runs under the assumption that a fire is spreading throughout the restaurant, and therefore
Okay.
they're going to come and try and extinguish the fire, even if the ovens have been or the stoves have been turned off after that.
Wouldn't it be
Okay.
more effective to just put a lighter up against the fucking fire alarm?
The temperature might not get high
Fair
enough.
enough.
That's the problem. You need to set them on max and
But
leave them for
okay,
a few minutes.
so you dump us at the compound. Once
Yeah.
you guys start the fire, we'll just wait for you.
Yeah, probably just wait like 15-20 minutes before you actually start causing some problems there to give me enough time to set off the fire alarms at work.
Sound good?
And then after that, we go to the radio tower, light that up.
Compound lights.
You guys are lacking an escape plan to get away from the compound, though.
We can hide.
That's optimistic, but as long as you're sure.
Completely fine with this plan.
Sam's just like, oh, I'll work something out, I guess.
You can probably teleport or something. You'll be fine.
Rio, I can't teleport.
That
He's
is
not
what
listening.
you would say.
He's
if you
not
could
listening.
teleport.
I don't have magical fire powers.
He's not listening to you.
I'm
We were-
probably gonna die when we go do this thing. Or go crazy. It's just shocking it hasn't happened yet.
You seem pretty resistant to going crazy. I think you'll be fine.
One can only hope.
He could already be. He probably is.
All right, come on, don't be rude.
I heard that, Emily.
I wasn't trying to make it that quiet.
He's probably got like super hearing from his cool alien leg or something.
I mean,
Yeah, hearing. That's what you do. You put an alien in your leg to hear better.
if Emily, if you think you can't trust me, then you should do this without me.
I think we lack the manpower to do this without you. Not to mention we need your hardware as well.
I'll lend you the hardware. I mean, I guess give.
I don't know. I think you're in for this already. Come on. It's gonna be great. Hopefully.
We'll see.
All right, so out of character, the plan is for Rio and who to go to a restaurant and then radio tower, or are we still not worked that out?
So the plan, as far as I understand it, is that Rio drives everyone out to the compound, and then Sam and Dewy leave the car there and wait for probably approximately 20 minutes before starting some shit. Meanwhile, Rio and Emily go down to the restaurant. Rio sets off the fire alarms and then immediately leaves and drives down to the radio tower and presumably tries to set that on fire with Emily.
Okay, so Emily and Rio are doing kitchen / antenna.
Yeah.
Dewy and Sam are doing the compound, the
Yeah,
industrial
that's
estate.
the plan.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Okay. And are we going that night?
Yeah,
The sooner
Yeah.
the better for me.
At nighttime seems like a good idea. Yeah.
and am I allowed to have a rifle?
Yeah, sure. You
Sick.
can bring your rifle.
Awesome.
Has Dewey shot before at all?
I assume that like took him hunting and stuff, like super like white parents, like there you go, kid. And it's just
The old hunting trip.
yeah, you know, the hunting trip.
Yeah, I think it's. I don't know. We'll work it out if you have to pull out the rifle and use it, but you can.
Yeah. I assume it's still gonna be hard because like Dewey's kind of small anyway, but like wants to take it.
Yep.
Sick.
Either way, let's get this show on the road.
Yes.
Woo.
So, where are we getting dropped off relatively? Just like find some way in through the back.
Yeah, I don't. I don't know. I don't know. What do you think would be a surreptitious way to get into this compound?
I mean, there's some chain link fence around the back of it. We could probably come in through there. We can't, since it's nighttime. We can't just like walk up to the front of the compound because the nighttime security will be there, right?
Yeah.
I can get over the fence.
We could set off fireworks.
What?
We could get some fireworks and set it off on the other side of the thing. Security will go there.
I mean, if you wanna, I mean that's an interesting idea. It kind of ups the complexity of the plan, but I dig it certainly.
Well, it would be best to have a distraction unless somebody wants to get shot, because we know the moment they see you, they're just gonna shoot you. Well,
Yeah.
actually, first, just so everybody knows, they'll ask if you're alone or not, and then they'll shoot you.
Presumably, if you tell them you're with someone, they'll use more bullets.
Does anybody have their hands on some fireworks?
I mean, we could probably get some in a boring town like this.
Guys,
Dude,
we can
there's
just
like fireworks signs all over the place.
we can just roll take a risk for using the fireworks. We do not need to hash out every aspect
Sick.
of the fireworks plan.
But fireworks are part of the scheme.
Okay, I'll be rolling fireworks later.
Yeah, Dewey, you're gonna have to roll for stuff.
Yeah. Can I just start rolling?
Yeah. How's this fireworks plan working? Are we like cruising by and hocking them over the like hocking them near the compound somewhere, or like setting them off and moving from one location to another really quickly?
That sounds like the better idea, because then it's like set a couple off and then like loop the way
Make
around.
sure they have like longer fuses so you can light them and then run off, and then they can go
I feel
off.
like we want to do that after we get dropped off and after the car leaves.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, some ones with like a long
Fuse?
fuse.
Yes.
Yeah. So, do we roll take a risk steady?
Okay.
I guess.
Oh,
Oh,
no!
Oh boy.
Oh shit! All right,
Mark that is
Full-
wounded for take a risk.
foolproof plan is going.
Good. Rolling a 6 on take a risk doesn't wound take a risk.
Oh, okay.
Being suffering harm is when I will wound your take a risk, which
Okay.
I think is going to be a result of this is that you do the thing that you're not supposed to do with fireworks, that it looks like it's not going off,
Oh no!
and then you go back to check on it, and like the fireworks go off in your hands.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
So I think being shot. I mean, actually, I need to check the rules, but I think pretty sure being shot is 3 damage. So I think a firework going off in your hands would be like 2. So you want to roll tough and then subtract 2, and that will be your suffer harm.
Okay, so 2d6 minus 2.
I mean, roll 2d6, and I'll double check that it is 2. It's either going to be -2 or -1.
Okay. So just roll?
Yep.
Okay, cool.
Oh fuck!
No, low is good, right?
No, low is not good.
Oh, I
Uh,
thought your damage was
How many hands do you need?
I mean, I think this is you're in the lowest possible
Yeah.
band for this.
well, Rio and Emily are already gone at this point, so it's just
Yes.
Dewey and Sam.
So I'm gonna check this thing about damage.
Okay.
Because we're definitely getting into stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, weapons that typically cause bruises and small breaks are 1. Weapons that cause serious life-threatening injuries are a 2. Weapons that nearly always kill are 3. So I will actually say fireworks is 1 because they only typically cause really bad injuries if you mishandle them.
Yeah. Okay.
But that's still a 2, right?
Yeah, that's still like -2, so like
Yes.
a 2.
If on a 3 or less, it's life-threatening. The GM will wound 2 of your moves. If you don't have 2 unwounded moves, you are dying.
Okay.
So I'm gonna wound your suffer harm.
Yep.
And I'll keep it together as already wounded.
Yeah. Because I saw mushroom people.
Yeah. I think I'm gonna wound your study.
Okay.
Because you now, you pick this firework off, it went off in your hands, you're like partially blinded by the brightness of it, and you have like burns on your hands now.
Nasty tinnitus.
Yeah, you like once you the good news is that the plan does actually go off. Like you get the fireworks get going, you get the fuck out of there.
And
Sam has some bandages in his thing, and he like gives you some stuff to put on your burns so they're like manageable.
okay.
Right? It's still gonna fuck with literally everything you're doing from now
Yeah.
on. And whilst the fireworks are going off, Sam did use wire cutters to like cut a hole through into the fence into the industrial estate, so he can like slip on in. So phase 1 on our side went terribly. Let's find out how well phase 1 goes on Rio and Emily's side.
I assume Emily stays in the truck.
Yeah, you would likely stay in the car. Yeah, I don't think your involvement is too needed for this part of the plan.
So, like, I'm kind of curious as to if this just happens because it's somewhere where Rio works. He already knows everything.
I feel like this would be really easy for Rio. One, he knows how to avoid all the cameras. Two, he knows how the stove, or the oven or the stove works. He has keys to get in and out. This part of the plan should be easy peasy, honestly.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I think it just happens. I'm not going to make you roll, take a risk, or anything.
Yeah. So I'm kind of thinking that Rio just does it, and then he comes sprinting back into the car and kind of does like that like Dennis with like the dumb bitch kind of chuckle, being like, man, I always wanted to do that.
In the back of your car is the equipment that Sam has given you. So there's like a big like duffel type, but no, not like a duffel bag. You know, there's like shoulder gym bags.
Yeah.
But it's like a more duffel bag like material that's got like a bunch of Molotov cocktails in and a set of wire cutters and lock picks that you probably don't know how to use.
I'm amazed that he overestimated Rio's abilities.
I don't think it's not something that was like picked for Rio. It's like he had this stuff packed up already.
Oh, don't worry, I was just joking.
Yeah.
I mean, like Rio, if only because of being like decently dexterous, has like an okay chance of not failing with lockpicks if it comes to it, but he's not exactly experienced.
Yeah, the point is less the lockpicks, and the point is more Sam like breaking into places and burning things down is something Sam has definitely had to do before.
Yeah.
He was definitely expecting to have to do it for this.
All right, well, fire alarm set. We speed off into the night, I guess.
Yeah, you're going to the TV station, like the radio tower at the TV station. So what do you do when you get there? Like, the building's still, like, the lights are on. There's a receptionist at the receptionist desk. The tower is like in a building that you're going to have to get into the building to get to where the tower is.
What's the chances you think she'll shoot me if I go talk to her?
You want to talk to her? I don't know about that.
I mean,
honestly, given that the fire department's going to be occupied, I'm kind of pitching towards the old pull the fire alarm trick and then actually set a fire, you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah,
if we pull the fire alarm, no one dies. They presumably will leave the building.
And then the fire starts. So they should at least have the chance to leave before we set the fire.
Yeah, and the fire truck presumably is still busy, and we're far enough out of town. They probably won't be able to get here fast enough to save the building.
And Dewy and Sam are probably starting the fire now, which means they will once the fire truck is done with that location, they might go straight to the compound instead of coming straight here.
Yeah. So I mean, it's mainly just a matter of getting inside the building, I think.
How many floors is the building?
I know, it's a low building, maybe like 2 or 3 floors.
So many big buildings for this tiny town.
I mean, the TV station is probably one of the biggest buildings in the town, right?
And the compound is being made by spore demons, so.
All right. Well, I guess we'll just put on some of those filtered masks, grab the duffel bag, and try to sneak around back. I guess building
Sure.
like this presumably doesn't have a lot of exterior lighting, so hopefully we won't get shot.
The building has a
Hopefully
lot
I
of
won't.
exterior lighting.
Okay, that's suspicious and bad.
This
Okay.
well, no, this is okay. This building is because it's like a notable place in town, right?
Hmm.
It's a well lit place that is like if you're a member of the public and you show up here, it's not spooky. It's like, maybe they give tours during the day. Fuck it. Like,
Uh,
so yeah, when I say well lit, it's not like, there's not like searchlights and stuff. That would be weird. But it has some like pretty external lighting on to make the building look good.
right, right.
Well, why don't we circle the building at a distance to see if there's any places we think we could get into,
Yeah,
and form a
seems
plan
like
from that.
yeah. All right, I like that.
Maybe
Let's
some
scope it out.
idiot left a window open because it's like hot in there or something.
That sounds like you want to roll sharp.
Do we both roll it or just me?
No, just one of you.
Yeah.
And I think Eve, your sharp is wounded, and Daryl has -1 to sharp. So, it doesn't matter.
Oh man.
Who rolled that?
It was me.
Okay. On a 6, the GM will choose one and add a complication.
Oh fuck. Oh man.
Is your plan just to like circle around the whole building?
Yeah.
Okay. So you go around the whole building. You are, it doesn't look good. There's like doors that are like, oh, this is a fire escape. Maybe I can get in through the fire escape. But when you study it, it's like locked down pretty tight. And then you circle around back to the front of the building, and the complication is, what here should I be worried about is that the receptionist at the building like is basically looking right at you, you realize, and is reaching for a phone on her desk to assumedly call security.
All right. Well, so you mentioned that there's a fire escape, yeah?
Like a fire exit.
Yeah,
like the doors that
exit,
have the
yeah?
bars on the inside so that you can get out through them, but you can't get in through them.
Yeah.
I think according to city code, the building would have to have at least 2 of them.
Right, yeah, and this is one of the nicer buildings in town, right?
Yes.
Okay, well, I think I have a desperate plan then. Would there be like a crowbar in this pile of equipment?
Yeah, for sure.
All right. All right. I'm gonna need something from you here, Emily. I need you to go into the radio tower right now and distract that receptionist. Just start talking to her. I've got a plan to set the fire alarm off.
Yay, my favorite thing, talking to strangers.
Just stall for time. I won't need very long to do this.
Sure. I'll approach the front door, I guess.
I'll quickly establish Rio's desperate plan here. Basically, what he's going to do is use brute force with a crowbar on the fire door to cram it open enough that the fire alarm sets off. Because if the door opens enough, then the fire alarm presumably will go off, being a fire door.
Do not open door alarm will.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, yeah. I have my plan then. I'm gonna go in quickly and I'm gonna be like pretending to be nervous, and I'm going to be like, "Hey, me and my buddy were just like on the other side, like we were walking along, we just walking night stroll, whatever. I think I saw some smoke coming up from the back."
Oh, some smoke? That's really alarming. 1 second. And she like then does pull the phone, but pulls it to I think dial. Who would go check? Is there'd be like a building janitor or
Yeah,
something
maintenance man.
there to like call the
And
maintenance?
I'll say I saw it coming from like the top floor, just so that way they'll be going away from wherever the fuck Rio's doing his bullshit.
Yeah, she's very like receptionist with very clipped tones. Picks up the phone, calls the maintenance person. It's like this young lady came in. She said that she saw some smoke coming from the back of the building. Where exactly did you see it coming from, Miss?
The top like left window towards the back. I think I don't think there was a light on in there. It was just like I'm pretty sure it was smoke coming out the window though.
Okay. Roll
Oh
steady,
no.
or do you think this is sharp or steady? Do you think this is mental acuity or emotional fortitude and nerves?
Nerves because I don't like talking to strangers.
Yeah. Also, like looking and acting convincing. I think. Yeah. Oh. Yeah. Okay.
Do I
Yeah.
have a plus on this one?
Yes,
It
you
was
have a plus
Yeah.
on
You
it.
okay.
do.
Okay.
All right. Nice.
So
Partial.
that's an 8. There's a complication. The GM will give you a tough choice, which I think is do you do this and then you just like go to leave?
I feel like I need to stay until the alarm
Yeah.
starts
Pretty
going off.
good.
Oh yeah, that's right. You were about the fire alarm is about to go off.
Yeah.
The fire
All-
alarm's about to
all
go off,
fucking-
so yeah, I wouldn't be leaving.
Okay, I think okay, then the complication is when she's done calling the maintenance person, she calls somebody else, and you're not sure what extension this is, and they start telling somebody on the other end of the line that a young lady has come in to report smoke coming from the back of the building, and what they should do next.
Okay, I will stay because leaving now would be very suspicious.
And we will cut over to Rio, who assumedly is going to straight up make a tough roll to try and crack this fire escape. Fire escape,
right.
fire exit.
Yeah. Let's be tough. 6. Oh wait, I did that wrong. God, brain, small brain. R2d6. Oh, damn! Big buff Rio.
Takes one swing and it opens.
Yeah, I think you impress yourself with how well this works. Like you were not expecting it to just be like pop it in, pull the thing, the alarm. I think that the
But
only
of
thing
course,
that
you act like that's exactly what you were like planning.
Damn, I'm good.
I think not totally that there's a moment when the alarm initially goes off and it's so loud it like takes you by surprise a little bit. But the actual part of like getting the door to pop open is really clean. Goes really well.
All right.
And you just do it, you crack it, and then you come back around the front of the building.
Yeah, I'm just going to return to the car and wait until I see Emily.
I mean, I think as soon as the fire alarm starts coming off, people start coming out of the building. Not
Yeah.
many people, maybe
Yeah.
like a dozen people. Emily, you're like kind of boxed in by people, and they're ushering you towards like a muster point. I think if you try to leave, they're like, no, we've got to make sure that everyone
Yeah.
comes out of the building is accounted for. Which is like by the parking lot, but you're not super close to where Rio is if he's in the car.
Or I'm not in the car, but I'm like waiting at the car. But yeah,
So you see you see Emily come past with some of the staff at the station who are leaving. You have two problems. One is that she is stuck in this crowd of people, and the other is that everyone is still like the front of the station is still within everyone's like viewpoint. You're not just going to walk through the front doors.
Yeah.
It's a good thing that there is.
Yeah, I don't think I really need to walk into the front doors. I think seeing as I won't be able to reconvene with Emily, I think I'm going to grab the duffel bag and enter through the open fire exit.
Okay. Well, so one, you're gonna have to sneak this duff like in. There's a fire alarm going off with a bunch of people in the parking lot, and you go to your car in the parking lot, take out a duffel bag, and then walk through the parking lot without any of these people being like, "Wow, that's sus."
Yeah, I was hoping for more chaos, honestly.
Well,
No, this is actually spookily well organized.
Shit.
um,
Everything here is spookily efficient.
Ugh. Hmm.
So if you can do this, but it's gonna be risky. You're gonna take a risk.
Um. Yeah, I mean, I guess that's what I'll try and do. I guess I'll play it risky.
Okay.
Yeah.
See, I mean, is this is this a thing you do spur of the moment, or do you come back, sit by the car for a bit, be like, "Fuck, I need to come up with another plan," and then commit to your new plan?
Yeah. This is I was hoping I'd be able to reconvene with Emily and we could both kind of sneak around the building, get inside, and start lighting some shit up, and then get out basically. But reconvene. This seems like a take matters into my own hands. You know.
Yeah, I'm trying to decide if it's take a risk quick, which is decisive action, or steady, which is emotional fortitude and nerves.
Ooh. Um.
If it's a plan you did on the spur of the moment, I'm gonna say it's quick, and if it's a thing that you like stopped to think about and now toughing it out, like
Yeah. This.
Rio strikes me as this is a quick spur of the
Yeah.
moment
Yeah.
decision
This
that he
seems
makes.
like fuck the thing I wanted to do isn't going to work. I'm gonna need to do a different thing,
Okay,
basically.
so
Yeah.
then
And this
roll
is gonna be drastic.
take a risk quick.
All right.
Yeah, you get a +1.
7.
Oh, you made it to a partial.
Yeah.
On a 7 to 9, there's a complication. The GM will give you a tough choice. I think that the complication is that like you do this, um, and you feel pretty confident that it's worked out, that nobody saw you. You have no idea. You have no concept that somebody's following you. But Emily, you see some people break away from the muster point, heading in the same direction that Rio did.
what if I just like scream?
Uh,
Oh,
with
yeah.
with what intention?
To like distract the people who are leaving, to like try to
To
get more
to get
attention.
to get everyone to pay attention to you, so that they, yeah.
Okay. I'm
I
going
think this is
to.
quick as well, right? Or
Sure.
steady?
Yeah. I'm going to fake a
Actually,
panic attack.
okay. I think it's going to be steady because you're going to have to like keep this deception going, right?
Okay.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Could be slightly better, but yeah.
And it's steady, so it's a 9.
Yeah.
You're almost there.
Mhm.
Um, and you're like freaking out. What does this panic attack look like?
Like hyperventilating. Like uh, trying to talk, but like not being able to get the words out, and just kind of like mostly hyperventilating between words as I like try to speak, but go like I start talking, but then like the hyperventilating starts.
Okay. Uh, you do
And
become the center of attention.
my favorite place. So I low key am actually like panicking. I'm like, oh no, what am I doing? So I'm like panicking, but for different reasons.
Um, yeah, I kind of think you're gonna have to roll keep it together.
Okay.
Oh
Hey!
shit!
Was that a 9?
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry, I thought it was a full success because you guys were.
Yeah. I thought.
I mean, we get really excited when it's
Oh,
a partial
no,
because
it
it really
is-
Oh,
sucks
that
when
was
it's
that's
not.
a steady,
No,
isn't
it is a 10 because
Yeah,
your
it's
steady
10.
is your +1.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
good. Yeah. Cool.
You're a really good actress from the years of lying to your parents.
Yeah.
So yeah, you're selling this, and I think that
Yeah, I'm
like
selling it because like I actually don't want to be here, but I'm very like I'm pretending to panic more so than like just hating this.
yeah. I guess and initially when you come into it, you're like, oh man, this sucks,
Hmm.
and it still sucks, but you're like, this is working.
Yeah, Rio's hopefully safe.
And the people who broke off to look for Rio are they like hovering? They haven't. They haven't. They're like divided between like, should I pay attention to this girl who is
Essentially, what I'm hoping to do is
having a
if they
panic attack?
decide not to, like, if they decide to keep going, I will like ramp up the panic.
Yeah.
Essentially, was my plan.
Yeah. So Rio, you're in the building, I guess, through the fire escape that you already broke through. The alarms are loud. It's unpleasant.
Oh, I'm thinking I'm wearing earplugs and a mask for sure.
It's still
Yeah, but
unpleasant.
it's more bearable than it perhaps otherwise would be.
I mean, have you been in? You must have been in like a big office building when fire alarms have been on before, right?
Yeah. I think Rio has years of restaurant experience. Fire alarms have gone off before.
It's different when you're in a big building because you
Yeah.
walk past the bell that is designed to like resonate through a huge area of the building, and it's loud and very obnoxious,
Mm.
even if you have earplugs in.
Mm.
So I was more asking if you, Daryl, had experienced that before to get an idea of.
Oh
Like,
yeah. I think so. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
yeah.
I know the bell feeling. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
They seem
So
like ones.
where is Rio headed for?
I think he's probably gonna go up to the second floor. Maybe like, find a doorway and then basically just start throw a few Molotov cocktails in a couple different directions. I think is the plan.
But like what sort of?
Preferably close to the tower.
Yes, I assume you're looking to damage the radio equipment in some
Yeah,
way. Are you just
that's
like looking for a control room or something? Like,
yeah. I was just thinking like make the fire hard to stop, basically.
um, so there's one problem, and the first problem is as soon as you probably soon after you throw the first Molotov, the sprinkler system's going to come on.
Right.
Right.
I forgot about those.
So if you set this fire just in the building, there's a chance that the sprinkler system will just put it out. Unless you go for like building up a big enough fire that it can't be stopped.
Yeah. I think I think that'll be the. Also, it's a gasoline fire, so that's gonna help. I think being being a chemical fire.
Yes.
Yeah. So I think Rio's just gonna probably try and do like a concentration throw in like a couple different rooms, like huck a couple in one room, huck a couple in the next room. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So you throw a couple into I don't know, like a. Does the room matter, or you're just like, I'm just going to get a bunch of fires going in this
As
building?
much fire as possible, basically. If the building collapses, presumably the radio tower will no longer function.
That's an interesting presumption.
Well,
Yeah, so you
like, I mean, because like the tower's big, right?
yeah, I'm not that interested in the physics of whether this functions or not, because we're going to roll dice and the dice are going to say whether it works or not. I'm
Yeah,
trying
okay.
to I'm trying to build up the shot of like Rio goes in and he lobs a couple of these, and then the fire starts, and then the sprinklers come in, and you're like sprinting through the hallways, like getting wet from the sprinkler system, lighting more Molotovs and hurling them in other directions, like
Yeah.
trying to start some good old fires. And I think you're like doing this, and you come into the like transmission hub,
Mm.
like where the signal throughput is for the radio, um, and you. I think it was hard to tell because of the like overwhelming noise of everything, right? And like how sensory overloaded you are.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, that like you can't hear the music, but in the where the signal is coming through in this control room, it's like really overwhelmingly that like feeling of sadness and like loss, and like
Mm.
a desperate need for something is really strong
Okay.
in this room. So you're gonna have to roll keep it together to
All right.
keep it together.
Yeah. 2d6. It's an 8. Assuming that's
Alright.
steady.
Yes, it is steady. Which you have one. So on a 7 to 9, you choose one from the list below. Scream and panic, lash out violently, beg and plead, curl up and shut down. No matter the roll, take -1 to keep it together until you have a few hours to calm down.
Yeah, I'm
Be violent.
yeah, I think I'm gonna go with lash out violently.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna brandish the crowbar and start beating the shit out of radio-looking material in a horrified blind panic.
Okay. The like feelings you you feel suffering from the damage that you're doing.
Okay.
You are whatever is making this feels wounded by what you are doing.
Mm.
Um, and also now you are obviously more trapped in a burning building than you would like.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay, Dewy.
Can I still move like my fingers to like grab bottles, or is that
Yes,
like
yeah,
okay?
yeah. It
Okay.
hurts a lot to do things, to do
Okay.
stuff. But you are still able to act. We're inside the compound. We're just like making for this building.
Yeah. I figured like just going in to like get into the one that doesn't have anybody outside first.
Oh, the one that the drone has the footage of, the one that's being built, or the one that's finished.
Actually, yeah, the one being built would definitely be better.
Mm.
Would it?
I was kind of thinking the opposite, but yeah.
Oh, Eve, were you just like, would it?
Yeah, I'm like, would it? I don't know.
I mean,
I think
it's.
another one would be better.
Yeah, that's.
I mean, this is up to do it. It
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
now. It's later. There aren't people coming and going from that building. Like the that being built is a daytime thing, and then nighttime the security around. Only they're not right now because they're like goddamn kids setting off fireworks.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dewey's gonna go in.
So into the under construction building.
Yeah.
Okay. So in this warehouse, it's like a pretty big. It's like small aeroplane hangar sized. It's like pretty cavernous, and like there's not walls separating it up. There's just like a big catwalk around the building, and there's this like it's how do I describe this? It's like big caged mesh in like a big upside down cone shape in the middle of the hangar, taking up maybe like 30% of the space. There's like a big circle, and it's kind of like barbed wire if it was like organized into strands and into a big cone going up, inverted cone, where the top of the cone goes like up into the ceiling. And yeah, I think that's all I can say without you being like, I'm gonna look at this thing more. But that's what it.
Yeah, I was
That's
about
what
to
you
say
can see.
I wanna study. So
Okay.
yeah. 6.
No.
On a 6, ask one from the list, and the GM will add a complication. So are you just like looking at this? You're giving this thing a closer examination?
Say from like a safe distance,
Yeah.
because I will start trying to go up the catwalk, so I'd probably go up there to try to get a better look at it.
Okay.
Get up, yeah. Get up there.
So the thing that like really jumps out at you when you examine this is that it really seems like it's some sort of like cage or prison. It seems like it's designed to contain something. And you can also tell it's like capital W weird.
Mm.
That it's not like a thing where you're like, oh, this is a piece of industrial equipment that I don't recognize.
Yeah, it's just
This-
like a
This is
weird thing.
something kind of fucked up. So what question do you want to ask? What here should I be worried about? What here might be useful to me, and what is about to happen?
Hair might be useful to me.
What is useful beyond what I've already
Like anything around that might give an idea, like terminals, or is it just like an empty hangar with the catwalk and that thing in the middle?
I think that yeah, there's cabling into this thing that looks like there's going to be stuff attached to it, but there isn't. Like that hardware hasn't been brought in yet, so it's not like connected. They've obviously like built this thing in the middle of the room, and I think you get, by looking at it, you get an idea of how you might easily damage or disable it. Now you've had time to examine it.
Sam, do you have any idea what this is?
I mean, it looks like a cage to me. I don't like it. Gives me the creeps.
Is it safe to burn it?
I mean, we could probably set this on fire, but Dewey, if there's one in here, there's one in the other building. I'm more worried about the one in the other building.
The one that's finished already?
Yeah.
Let's...
If it's a cage, it's for something, and I think the something is the yeah. Actually, this is perfect because I can add my complication.
Sick.
You're having this conversation about it, and Sam has to touch to like stop his leg again. Stops to touch his leg again. And he's like, Opal. Now Opal's seen this. She thinks it's going to be too dangerous for me to look at the thing. To whatever this thing is, I don't think it's safe for me to look at it. I mean, you've seen what I see.
Yeah, and if
can you
that there's only one in the other buildings, that's what I'm worried about.
Like, I can come with you, but I'm gonna need you to be my eyes.
For sure.
So I think
yeah.
Sam makes a blindfold out of some cloth. He doesn't put it on yet. He's not going to put it on till you walk into the building, but he's not going to be able to like properly help you with shit when you go inside.
That's fine. So yeah, gonna start heading into the other one to see if there's just one in there, if there's more.
So you just walk into this other building, and it's weird. When you come in here, so there's the same big conical thing in the middle of the room. You come in through the door, you're like, Sam puts the blindfold on, you're like holding his hand. whilst you walk, because you can't see shit, and you walk into the room. There's people here like doing stuff that don't pay you any attention at all. They just continue to do what they're doing, like
Just
they're
like that bitch Cassidy.
like they're say like robots, but yeah, they're not like programmed to react to you, or
They're just disregarding everything beyond what they're doing.
you're not important to their environment.
Okay.
They don't pay attention. They don't pay attention to you for the same reason like flowers don't pay attention to you, right? That they don't conceive of you existing as an important thing to them. In the man, there's so much. There's a bunch of stuff to unpack. The room's like thick with these like yellow spores, these like shimmering spores in the room. And you can see in the middle of the room, in like the shape of the spores, the cage. There's like a big creature in the cage, but it's not like inside the cage. The cage is like through its flesh.
Okay.
So there's like a mushroomy thing growing in here, like trapped in here. And like the wave of like the sad music hits you, like not enough for me to make you roll keep it together, but like you can kind of see now, you can see why, you can see that the music's coming from this thing because it's sad, because it's trapped.
Release the beast.
I relay all of that to Sam and ask what he thinks we should do with this mushroom.
I mean, we can burn it, and I think that's safe. Dewy, I think that we could let it go, but if we let it go, I don't know if people will just go back to normal.
Okay, I throw a Molotov.
Wow.
So the way I have it in my head is specifically why I'm doing this. So yeah, I'm throwing a Molotov.
No, that's I follow the logical through line. You saw something really traumatizing, and you're like, "Fuck that."
For making my brother look like a fucking mushroom.
Strong choice.
That's why she super wanted to come here instead of the radio tower. Like if Emily had started saying she was gonna go, Dewy was gonna start like verbally fighting.
Yeah. So you throw it, the flames like the Molotov like hits the ground, explodes, flames like lick up this thing. Hit like it's not like a scream because this thing's like there's like a big musical crescendo. And in the I know what I want to happen, but it can't happen in exactly this moment. I think like there's this big musical crescendo, and like the flames start to lick around it, and the spores start to like spread out. They like leak out of the building and into the surrounding environment. You should take a risk tough for physical power or resilience. Assumedly, you're like just gonna keep going, setting this thing on fire, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So roll your roll, and then I'll tell you the rest of how this plays out.
Wow.
Oh, damn. Now's the time, huh?
Yeah. So yeah, the flames just like hungrily lick up this thing and start to consume it. And because it's one of the mushrooms from Stewpot, it starts to sing. And it starts.
Figured it was a mushroom from Stewpot like a while ago.
Yeah. This is no longer a big reveal. I like tip my hand on this.
What it's gonna do. Yeah.
It starts to sing the story that it learned that made it that made it sad before it was trapped here. And it sings of, you see in the spores, a lawyer. You see Robert Schwartz. You very quickly realize it is Robert Schwartz, a lawyer who lost his son, who wanted to go hunting cryptids and got a book from a cryptid store.
No.
And Robert Schwartz worked out that the store had something to do with the death of his son, and basically took it upon himself to destroy them in court. And he succeeded in just like an awful Pyrrhic way. That the end of Off the Record is the store, like the store owners disappear. Vex disappears. Artemis disappears. I don't know what happens to the other staff members. Either disappear or are like, no, we were just working here. We're not actually responsible for anything.
Even funny. I just picture like Tom's character being like, I don't know, you should look into Poindexter. He's got a mask. Anyway.
But not before Vex could leave Robert a delightful parting gift in the evidence that was confiscated, which is a book of like the Forager of Discerning Tastes. And this book describes how, if you can get your hands on these mushroom people, and you can like consume the flesh of the mushroom people, you can like tune into their emotions. You can get them to sing a song and then tune yourself in to that song. And that's what he did initially. Is he worked? We don't know how he managed to lay his hands on one of these things from the cryptid world, but he did, and as a very unhealthy way of coping with the loss of his son, he became addicted to eating mushroom stuff, and realized that by eating the mushroom stuff and by feeling this sense of like longing for a place because the mushroom people just want to go home, that it actually made you a more effective, more productive human being. You'd never be properly happy anymore, but you sure would get stuff done. And from there, it was a very natural rollout to, hey, maybe everyone should be like this.
Lovely.
I too feel, hollow and empty when I have mushrooms, but get me to do stuff. Dewy definitely feels better about killing the mushroom just because she has, like, there's no idea how to get the mushroom back, and feels like this is the most merciful thing to do because of this crazy man. And I'm gonna go and burn the other one.
The other cage?
Yeah.
Yeah. On a 12, it's just like this place is done, right?
Yeah.
You don't need to do additional.
One thing I want to do is I want to make sure that Dewey's there with that bigger mushroom until it finally dies before going to the other one. Just because, like, the hatred just kind of boiled away during the story. So, like, wanted to make sure that it knew that somebody was there to help it in an awful way.
I mean, Sam will be there for it.
Yeah.
I think that this is like, they're there together, and one of the two of them is like, okay, we've got to go. It's time to go. The fire trucks are coming. The cops are coming. An ambulance is coming because they always send an ambulance when they send a fire truck.
Yep.
But who is that? Is that Dewy or is that Sam?
Probably Sam, because I feel like because he still has the blindfold on, so like while she's distracted looking at stuff, he'd be like, we do gotta go, like.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Okay, Rio and Emily, you're still in a bind. I think it's lucky that Rio destroyed that equipment, otherwise he'd probably have to keep it together again after we'd set the damn thing on fire. But I guess Rio, you are kind of trapped in a burning building. What do you do?
I think what Rio is going to do is to just like leave all the remaining Molotovs on the ground, basically, and try and retrace his steps out of the building, seeing he was already at the fire escape when he entered.
So I guess roll steady,
Okay.
or roll
Hmm?
quick. Yeah, roll
Quick.
quick. You
Okay.
need to be decisive, right?
to be-
8.
It's 7, 8.
Yeah, it's an 8. Yeah.
Okay. I think this complication's really simple. You can go this way, but you are going to get burned because you lit the fires whilst you were coming this way, right?
Right.
So we roll. If you're going to do this, you'll roll suffer harm, 2 with 2 damage to just like beef through this fire. I think Rio himself is surprised at how much it has spread and how intense it's become in this short amount of time.
Yeah. Yeah, I think Rio's just gonna try and book it and get to the fire escape.
Okay.
Because otherwise it risks getting lost deeper in the building. Yeah.
So
What am I rolling?
roll tough, and then we'll subtract 2 from it.
All right.
You have enough wounds that you won't die from this, but it's going to affect what the epilogue looks for. On a 4 to 6, your injuries catch up to you. The GM will wound one of your moves.
All right.
What should I wound? I'm gonna. What is your wounded? Keep it together. No, I don't like this. I'm just gonna wound your like suffer harm.
Okay.
I think you become physically weakened by this because you have a bunch of burns on your body.
Yeah.
Now. But you do come out this fire escape feeling unpleasant, singed. You got some burns on your body. Assuming you come around the front of the building and you can see that a bunch of people are all gathered around Emily, who is still faking a panic attack.
This is what I suggest as a cover story. You come over saying, "Oh, thank God, I thought you were in the building. I went in to save you."
And you were in such a panic that you weren't able to get out that someone was in the building.
Also, following the fiction, everyone around here looks kind of distracted.
Oh yeah.
The current thing that's feeding them their emotional state is being burnt to a crisp right now.
Oh. Huh.
So you could just bail.
Yeah. I think.
Can we get away without them noticing?
No, you're still gonna have to say stuff, but the efficiency, the clipped efficiency of the situation is gone, right? I'm basically saying if you make something up here, they'll probably buy it, rather than being like, oh no, we can't just let this happen.
Yeah. Okay. So.
What if Emily? What if you roll to like? I guess there's no way you can communicate this when you're supposed to be having a panic attack. Do you roll to be like to secretly text message Rio?
I mean, another way I could think to play this is that she sees like Rio coming out of the building in the
I was
background
kind of being
and
like, "Oh, you're
oh my
safe."
god, yeah.
Yeah, I think that's what I was kind of thinking too. Like, "Oh my God, you're alive!" I was so scared I didn't see you come out of the building. Like acting like.
Well, one of the two of you roll take a risk.
I'll do it. R.
Which is sharp, I guess.
Sure. Is that wounded?
No, you can't. Your take a risk is not wounded.
Shit.
5.
Fuck.
5.
Fuck.
The others are like, I saw him go in.
No, they didn't. I distracted them.
The ones that were following him.
Yeah, I guess
Like,
they
If
saw it.
anything, they'd be like, "Why was he coming out of the building?"
Yeah, they
Who is
saw
that
it was
man?
going somewhere.
It's your bag. Oh, it's your bag empty. Stop! You violated the law.
Stop! You violated my mother.
Criminal scum.
I think
So, like,
how this turns out badly is actually off screen, and it's like days later on Mr. Schwartz's desk is pictures of both of your faces and your names and your
Yeah,
blood
okay.
types and where you live and what you eat for breakfast and you know, lots of invasive shit that
I'm
is
into it.
Yeah,
unpleasant.
it's not like Rio's been keeping a super low profile, anyways.
Yeah, but it's like you're now in these characters are in the targets of a character is just not a very unnice person.
Yeah,
yeah.
No, I'm fine with that.
You're on a rich person shit list. That's
Yeah.
way different.
Yeah.
Yes. All right. Me and Sam and Dewey. I guess come out. Are you was the plan for you to like drive back and pick everyone up and then what?
Yeah, I mean, once everyone's picked up, I don't know what we do after
Go
having.
to Rio's house, I
I
guess.
don't think Rio had a. And then what? After all the shit was on fire.
I mean, we can just for our ending. It's like oh, I was gonna be like it's like I think it's like The Shining, where you just see the car driving away.
Oh yeah, okay.
Like they come and collect everyone, and all like the closing shot is like the car driving away, and we don't. The thing with Robert Schwartz getting mugshots of everyone is the post credits roll.
The MCU tie-in.
Oh, I didn't even know at the time because I was totally gonna be like, if we continued, I was gonna try to find Schwartz.
No,
Because
taking down Robert Schwartz has become a different adventure.
Oh yeah, it wouldn't be to take him down. She was gonna like be like talk to him. I know about the mushrooms. He'll know because like he'd get upset and be like, "What you did to that fucking creature." Totally expecting to disappear and not come back out that building.
You give him a stern talking to?
Well, no, like cause like she's still like Dewey's still fucked in the head. Just because the mushroom is now dead doesn't change that. It's just now the anger was redirected.
But no, I get to keep my Thanos or whatever end of arc villain. Who's like he's technically not a villain. He's a dude who's sad that his son died.
Yeah, he's just crazy.
He became crazy because he was sad that his son died. If there's any villain to the whole of the Cryptid Chronicles so far, it's Vex because he causes problems on purpose.
He caused Robert Schwartz.
He not only killed Robert Schwartz's son, but then went on to make Robert Schwartz go crazy.
Yeah.
Because he thought it was funny. I did put this into your character, Eve, but it seemed so in character for Vex to just be like.
So Vex didn't mean to kill the kid.
Yes.
But like, if the guy was after Vex, Vex would purposely be a dick. Like,
yes.
Vex would mean to ruin his life because it's like, hey, I was fucking around. Accidents happen. But if you're gonna turn around and actually try to hurt me, I have no mercy.
I think it's fair to say that like Vex probably knew like to some extent that this kid was going to be putting himself in danger based on this item. Like
yeah,
it,
but okay, it's essentially it's like, oh, he's gonna put himself in danger. If he dies, no skin off my teeth.
yeah,
Not so much like he's going to die.
And,
Sort of
It was just like, well, whatever.
and
He's
then it
dumb
turned
enough
out
anyway.
to actually be skin off your teeth. How the
Yeah.
turntables.
Well, yeah, but then as soon as the skin off Vex's teeth, he doesn't blame himself because yeah, I don't think Vex would blame himself. I think Vex would be like, the kid didn't have to do these things in the book. I told him, like, he was the one looking for this shit. I just gave it to him.
Yeah.
I was just being a shithead about it.
Yeah, Vex is not. He's not like a cackling villain. He's just
Yeah.
his moral compass is just like
Oh, yeah,
completely
yeah.
different to any
human.
humans
Yeah.
would be, and that's the point of the show.
Yeah. He is, I think he fits as a cryptid.
Yeah. Anyway, that's the end. I was hoping we would have time to play Microscope and pull some stuff together. Maybe I'll try and put together something separately where we can do a couple of streams of Microscope before it's gone from everyone's head.
I am completely surprised none of us died.
yeah, God. Yeah, honestly,
Yeah,
yeah.
I was ready for people to die in that. I was kind of scared that Dewy was gonna eat it in that finale after like fucking up that role.
Yeah. And then it's
Um,
just like, I also just like, oh, it's a mushroom. It's just like, I'm going to throw a Molotov at it. And everybody's like, whoa.
If Emily went to the compound, she was going to be very dead.
Yeah.
I mean, you guys would have had a lot more problems if you hadn't like planned that out in a thoughtful way.
Yeah.
Rio did something not stupid.
How is
for
he
once.
least injured?
I mean, I think the actual answer is like the stats help, steady and quick.
Yeah.
It's really advantageous.
Sacrificed Sharp.
Yeah. 'Cause
Rio also, until the end, didn't generally put himself into dangerous situations.
Ironically, he orchestrated other people getting into shit
Yeah.
persistently. He's like, let's do this incredibly stupid and dangerous thing, and then doesn't get hurt.
I also picture too, just like Robert has like video footage of like all the areas, so he's just like watching everybody light his things on fire and crumble his empire.
I really like that there's this relationship between Rio and Emily where Rio's like, let's do this like obviously stupid, dangerous thing, and then Emily's like, that's the dumbest thing I ever heard. I'm in.
Yeah, no, that's exactly.
It's like every time
100%.
I'm in.
I mean, they aren't actually related.
Yeah, it's true.
Like, they're
Emily,
cousins.
I'm so cut up that you avoided your parents that entire time.
0 parents.
So in the rules, the Rock gets assets, and one of the assets was going to be a like pyramid scheme,
Oh, no.
selling the mushroom stuff as like a Soylent
hat.
type product, and your parents were going to be like deep embroiled
Oh
no.
God.
in this. And I was so sad that I had it in the chamber and I just didn't get to use it.
That would have been funny.
That explains why like every time Emily's like, nah, I'm gonna ignore my parents, you're always like, fuck.
Yeah.
She knew. She
How am I
knew.
supposed to sell the mushroom things if they keep avoiding their parents?
I also think it's a more interesting risk than like, oh, I'm just gonna hurt you. Right?
Yeah. Like, hey, try some of these. And it's like, no.
Yeah.
It's like, we have tried to be patient with you, young lady.
Also, I think it was kind of better off for Emily because she was having psychologically not a great time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess do we have any epilogue stuff? Does Rio, Dewy, or Emily? Well, not Emily because she's not a believer. Commit to being like, oh, I want to look into occult shit.
Oh, Dewy definitely did. Like, especially
If
after
Rio does, Emily will humor him and go with him because it'd be fun.
I picture Dewey's past the point of no return after seeing everything like that. Because like Rio and Emily never actually saw anything where she did. So I just picture it's like super like I can't go near anybody anymore. Like fuck.
Yeah, I think like for Rio the fact that this adventure went overall so well for him, and he was largely isolated from like major personal consequences. It would largely be like, this is like one of the best possible antidotes for boredom. You know what I mean? Hunting spooky shit is really dangerous and exciting and awesome.
So I think Dewy, Sam would get you essentially like an occult therapist.
Oh.
Okay.
Like they get you somebody, or maybe not. It's not like an occult therapist. It's like the occult investigators AA meetings.
Yeah, okay. Like
So you
support.
can go talk about your trauma and like work through it.
Okay.
Because your way of working through it should not be, oh, I have to go onto the front lines of occult
Yeah.
emergency services. That's not healthy. Rio is Rio doing this independently, or is like, hey, I want in on.
Dewey would not let Rio or Emily go with her.
They don't get to go. They don't get to go with you.
No.
The meetings are extended to you because of the trauma that you personally experienced after like seeing this.
So like cryptid hunting or anything, like Dewey won't be joining them. It will be completely
Okay, yeah.
them. Like she can't like really look at them anymore.
Speaking of, when do we still have mushroomies forever, or do we go back to normal?
As a result of being heavily mushroomed.
You go back to normal.
Oh, sick.
That's the if it hadn't been Dewey at the place with the mushroom, you guys might have pondered more. But like that choice was like, kill this innocent creature, which it was innocent, by the way.
Yeah,
it was just there. And like people will go back to normal, or let it live and people will stay the same, but the problem won't get worse. Like the mushroom thing won't spread.
Yeah, like after seeing the story, she didn't regret it because she knew basically there was no going back for it. So
I mean, it could have gone home.
Well, in her mind, she has no idea how. So she's like,
no, that's
it's fucking impaled and shit. And I'm like, no.
You play true to the character, and that is.
But fine. I feel like she would try to justify it afterwards too, which would probably just also not help. So.
I just like, I want to be as GM. I hate having like, hey, this is the bad guys, and you kill the bad guys, and now the badness is over, right?
Yeah.
You have a choice between two kind of sucky options.
And we still got Robert with at least two of our faces.
Yeah, he doesn't have your face because you didn't roll bad on that, but. Yeah, so I want to get back to, is Rio pursuing cryptid hunting independently?
Yeah, I mean, unless Emily's in, he's
Emily would 100% be in, but not like as like a full-time thing. She just like every time she hangs out with Rio, he'd probably be like, check out this thing I found. I bought this this book from this weird vampire dressed kid.
Yeah, I feel like, if that were the case, Rio would be like, all right, listen, if you're not coming this weekend, I'm not going. I'm just going to stay home. So I'm not in if you're not in.
He doesn't want to do it alone.
It's boring if I just go out in the woods alone. You know what I mean?
It's kind of
fine. I guess I can just be tired at work tomorrow. Fuck.
Nice.
It's like super adorable relationship where it's like, oh, I'm so hard done by, but like it's still working.
It'll be rad. You're like my sidekick. Let's be sick.
Okay, so basically they keep doing this, but it has way more of a Scooby-Doo.
Yeah, we're the Scooby Gang.
Like I feel like, having found something like legitimate mystery spooky, Rio's just gonna be constantly looking for something of.
It would be great because we'd be like the Scooby Gang, and we'd be like, this is the real one, and it would turn out to be like a Scooby-Doo mystery where it's like, fuck, it was just this guy lying.
Yeah. Every time it's not like an otherworldly monster. He's like, fuck,
yeah,
boring.
Let's see if the magic comes off, and he's like, fuck.
It's just a monster that's entirely made out of masks. You keep taking the masks, so there's like nothing left.
Rio's personal health.
Dang. I just said Scooby-Doo, but I imagine more like Gravity Falls, maybe?
Yeah.
More stakes than Scooby-Doo, but like less stakes than the thing we just did.
real cryptids.
Yeah. I feel
I
like
guess except the really cool Scooby-Doo movies.
I feel like given enough time, Rio could potentially stumble upon eventually his hand will move too close to the fire and he could potentially get burned by doing this stupid thing, essentially.
Yeah. It's one of those animated series that starts out goofy and then becomes more dark over time.
Yeah, something like there's a sudden turn that shifts the tone when he finds something actually very serious.
Yeah. When do you leave Schiller Park? Because you're not going to find that much spooky shit in Schiller Park.
Yeah, I feel like that'd be pretty early on, I think. Like he
Well,
would
if he wants Emily to be a sidekick, he would have to at least wait until she's 18.
Yeah, okay, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
So like somewhere between like I want to say 6 months and a year because I don't know exactly her birthday is.
Yeah. I feel like, eventually, after that point, Rio's like, all right, we're taking like a month and a half off. We're driving out of state. We're gonna find a wraith or something.
Dude,
Yeah,
no, we just start like a fucking blog, and that's how we make our money. We make like
Oh,
blogs about
oh my god, you
about
guys are the fucking occultic 9
yeah,
people.
yeah, we're the occultic 9
Jesus.
people, and it works well because Emily still doesn't like fully believe in it.
Yeah, in Occultic 9, the guy is running a blog about spooky things, but doesn't believe spooky things. He's just getting good ad money from it, and then
Yeah.
finds himself embroiled in an actually genuinely spooky mystery.
The entire time, I don't think Emily got any proof of anything about the cryptids existing, right? The only thing was Sam's leg.
Cool leggy.
Yeah.
And well, the fact that Cassidy was being really
Yeah, like
sketch.
it's decently evident that something was highly sus, and then
But
also
like cryptids, probably not.
something's really weird about Sam's leg. That's like the most weird thing.
Dude,
Yeah,
I've seen better
also-
cosplays.
Also, like, if you took Sam to other people and were like, look, his leg, and made him pull his thing up, it would look like weird flesh.
Oh,
You don't see that unless he wants you to see that.
I thought we could see like the veins or something.
No, because he let us see it.
Yes.
Oh,
He let
oh.
you see that.
Wouldn't also make sense that the way those cryptids were working is if you're if you've come in
Yes.
contact with cryptids, you're more likely to see it, and we were kind of spored out.
Right.
Yes. I said that when we were playing, and I was like, there has to be a reason that you could see it, because with those cryptids, usually you have to have physical contact with them. But technically, if you touched Sam at any point, you had had
also,
physical contact with the cryptid.
Not even that, not even eating the baked goods, but like making the baked goods. Technically, me and Dewy would have had contact with it, even if we weren't eating the baked goods.
All right. Well, thanks for doing this with me, guys. It was a ton of fun.
I also found it really cute how you mixed a bunch of the old ones in.
Yeah, for sure.
That was like the big plan. I have like this big body of stuff I can use to build adventures around. I'm just like never going to use it now, which is sad. I had a whole thing for what's it, Blackest Heart, like the Carly Rae Jepsen thing.
Yeah.
And was like looking at being like, hey, can one of the thing you're trying to pull through the portal be like one of the ancestors or children of the dead cryptids from the island or something?
Yeah.
Like the thing you're actually trying to pull back is like the spirit of Trosk, who's gonna fucking try and destroy everything. I also
Vex comes through the portal. Hey guys.
Yeah, also when I was planning this, one of my original ideas for the rot was one of the science people from 10 Million HP Planet.
Oh.
Who had like they'd had contact with Tortellonius, and were like, oh, let's do some science cooking. It's on now, bitches. Like weird creepy chef guy with laser knives.
And then when we go into the base, there's a flying spaghetti monster. Just a whole like shrine of spaghetti.
Yeah. So that's it for this show. On Wednesdays. That's right, Eve Wednesdays.
Can we skip this Wednesday though?
Yeah, sure. So as of next week on Wednesdays, we will be streaming some prototyping. I'm going to be doing some game prototyping.
I'm
Eve's
gonna be learning Blender.
Oh, you're going to be learning Blender? Is that what you decided you're going to do?
Maybe.
Okay.
It is one of the many things I'll probably do because I'll probably get frustrated with Blender and then start doing something else.
I mean, I was like, maybe I should learn Blender with you, so when I need to do 3D shit, I can just like do 3D shit. But I really want to
You're
make
trying to
some.
replace me.
No, I'm basically dependent on you for game art. It's awful.
That's rude. I'm very dependable.
You are very dependable. That's why I depend upon you, because you're very dependable. Right? If you weren't dependable, then I wouldn't depend upon you because you're not dependable.
That
That's
makes
fair.
sense. I
Right?
follow that logic.
Hopefully, I can join the stream again once I'm done school.
How long are you in school for?
Fuck, I hope it's only a year.
Okay. So yeah, Wednesdays 8:30 till 10:30. For now, we'll be doing some development, and maybe between now and Christmas, I will try and organize a thing for us to get together and play Microscope, and just like build out a timeline of things that happen in our cryptid history and fill in some of the gaps.
That'd be sick.
I think that would be cool because I, as GM, is the person who got to like play in the space of like how does all this stuff fit together, and I'd love to extend that opportunity to you guys. And that's stream. Thanks for checking us out. Have a good night. Have a good life. Come back next week for the new weekly showtime that is not written on this thanks for watching thing, because literally decided it like 10 minutes before the stream. Bye.
Bye.
Eat.
Darling.